Greetings, Raider Nation. Welcome to another Raiders Unfiltered. Man, Mondays have not so much quite disappointed as far as Raider news. We got some shit to talk about. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off. Here we go.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! And for the touchdown! Through from behind! Ball's out! Big man running! Raiders!
What is good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. Appreciate everyone in the building and everyone pulling up. Salute to everyone. Man, if you haven't done so already, y'all already know. Hit that like and subscribe button on your boy. I appreciate everyone. We are on the journey still to hit 1,500 subscribers. We're about 290 away, almost there. We're gonna get there soon, or 190, I should say. So we'll get there really, really soon. So appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, especially if you guys new. Any feeling what you're hearing, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications. Especially when news goes down, you don't want to be left out in the dark. Hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all. You already know what time it is. It's that time. It's that time for Raiders Unfiltered Monday, Overreaction Monday. We about to go ahead and do the damn thing. We got some shit to talk about. We know what happened yesterday with the game itself, but we're gonna go ahead and really get into what happened during the game and a couple of areas. But before we go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling, you already know I gotta go ahead and say what's up to the chat, to my peoples already here. Real quick, shout out to my guy Jack in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. Salute, salute. Shout out to my guy Tony Sheffield in the building. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you tapping in. Raider Paul in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute, salute. And then we got our guy Geo Max already with the. Hold on, dog. Do not. I can't. I gotta do this shit the right way.
Raiders!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Here we go. My guy Rorschach in the building pulling up. Salute, man. Yes. He's doing good, man. He's home. If you want more, hit me up offline. I don't want to say too much because I don't know what he wants to share out there or not, but he's good. Jeff is good for sure. He's home, so that's a great sign. That's a great sign. So for sure. Shout out to my guy Raider Ryan in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute, salute. Thank you for tapping in. All right. And then really quick before we go ahead and get into it, remember we got the members only show coming up next. Right after this show, we're gonna go ahead and cut this out at 5:30. So we're not gonna be on the whole long, but make sure you guys go ahead and do that. We're gonna do members only open mic. That means you guys can go ahead and come up, talk that shit on screen with me. Whatever you want to go ahead and talk about, the season, the coaching, all of it, the future, anything you guys want to go ahead and talk about, that'll be the members only show, open mic. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Become a member today. I have the links pinned up top on both streams going on right now. Make sure you guys become a member. Also, it's right below, right above the description. You can also become a member today and be a part of that open mic going down in about 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and get into it. Raiders obviously lose yesterday, 24-17. Raiders now officially fall 2-11 for the season. I mean, it was really not a big surprise that, we were going to go ahead and lose out to the Broncos, but there is a little bit of silver linings that happened yesterday during the game. They might kind of raise some eyebrows for the next game, for the next couple games coming up, for the next few games coming up, and then possibly the future. I don't know. We'll see, right? Let's talk about it. Let's see what everybody thinks about everything kind of that went down on yesterday's game. Real quick, let's go ahead and go into it. As far as the tanking, we're gonna go right. I'm gonna cover these things fast because only got 20 more minutes, 30 or 25 more minutes. So let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. We can go into tankathon. So Raiders now officially, because of that loss yesterday to the Donkeys, have the second overall pick, right below the New York Giants. So currently it's the New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, and then Tennessee Titans, 1, 2, 3 order because of the Giants' strength of schedule. Excuse me. Giants have the number 1 seed, but obviously you guys know in about 2 more games we play the Giants in the Tank Bowl. If you guys want to go ahead and dub it already like that, we'll do that in the Tank Bowl in just a few weeks, and so we're gonna figure out who's gonna take that number 1 spot. Could we potentially have the number 1 overall pick? We only have 4 games to go left in the season, and the schedule that is currently coming up is not getting any easier. It is not easy by any means of the imagination. Let me go ahead and kind of pull that up real quick on the schedule that we have upcoming, right? So we got the Eagles coming up this Sunday, then following the Texans the following Sunday, Christmas week. Then we got the Giants on the 28th, and then wrapping up the season on January 4th versus the Chiefs in Las Vegas. Now, this is the thing. Between all these 4 games, I don't see us winning any one of these aside from potentially the Giants. Now there's a minor chance we might pick up that win versus the Giants. I don't know. They're having a rough time too, but the thing with them, I think Jackson Dart, I don't know what's going on with Jackson. I don't know if he's still injured. I haven't really been keeping up with the Giants so much. I didn't really watch the game last week. By the time I got done with my live and everything, they were already blown out. So I haven't really kept up with the Giants on what's going on with Jackson Dart, but I think he's slated to come back if he hasn't come back already, and that might change the outlook on things. They might have a better chance of winning that game versus us. We'll see. Now we had some things going down yesterday, having injuries of our own. That might change the outlook as well. So this game, honestly, I feel it could be up for grabs. It's anybody ball game. But currently, rest assured, looking at this schedule from what you guys see, let me lower this down a little bit. Here, give me a second. Okay, that's really good. From what you guys see right now, these next 4 games for sure. I'm automatically thinking an L with the Eagles. Same thing with the Texans, and then the Chiefs. Even if they're not the team they were last year, the years prior, we already got that belt to ass late last month, late October, excuse me, in Arrowhead. So I don't see us winning that one. So that Giants game is really up for grabs. So, but at least if anything, any positivity, any high note, Raiders currently have the second overall pick in the draft. You guys, let me know what you guys think. What you guys thoughts? What you guys think about yesterday's performance? About having the second overall pick. Who do you guys thinking? Who do you guys like? Who do you guys think should the Raiders go out for? We're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So let me go ahead and go to the chat again. Appreciate everyone who's pulled up today. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Shout out to my guy Rosetown in the building. Just pulled up. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute, salute. All right. Let's see. Rosetown says Mendoza it is. Fingers crossed. There you go. That's what's up. My guy Tony says, I'm wondering if any damn team has had consecutive seasons with 10 plus losing streaks. I don't know the stats on that. Not something that I necessarily go out and try to keep tabs on, but yeah, it's for sure. It sucks either way having 10 plus losing, seasons. It's just hard to swallow, bro. It's hard to swallow. Shout out to my guy GMX. It's hard to watch Mendoza interviews. It looks and sounds like he's always wanting to cry. He's an emotional guy, bro. What can I say? He's an emotional guy. It's okay. If he wants to cry, let him cry it out. He just might. Different generation, bro. Different generation. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Tony says, I didn't see that Indiana versus Ohio State game. I got to watch it. You got to watch it, bro. It is. And that's a game that I definitely was like, I'm tapping into that motherfucker. It was a great game. It wasn't a super high scoring game. And you got a little bit of tug of war. We're going back, a little bit of back and forth. But Indiana prevailed at the end. Definitely got to see what Mendoza was able to go ahead and do. Scary moment at the very beginning of the game. I was like, oh shit, what does this mean for Indiana? Little brother had to come in for a little bit and help to take over for sure. But Mendoza's all right, and he was able to go ahead and get back into the game and play the rest of the game without any issues. So that was a good note for sure. All right. So going into the injuries, Gino got injured yesterday during the game, twice during the game, which is crazy, right? So I missed one of those. I missed that wrist part. I think he landed awkwardly or something like that, and he folded his wrist. I don't know. And then he got another injury later on in the game, probably about mid third. And that's where he got tackled. He got a shoulder injury, and he walked off to the tunnel. We said goodbye to Gino. Finally, right? It was the Kenny Pickett performance, Kenny Pickett show. After that, Kenny Pickett came in, and he had a pretty solid game. It wasn't an, oh my God, he just lit shit up game, but he played pretty solid. He was able to go ahead and find Jack Bash once he came in. He just missed Brock Bowers in the end zone with a high throw going for it on a fourth and go situation. But they were able to go ahead and come back down and make a drive to go ahead and um, put a touchdown together. We're going to go ahead and go over that in just a second. Let me go ahead and pull up first the touchdown pass. Go ahead and let's view that real quick. Give me a second. All right. Shows tab. There we go. All right. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. All right. Here we go.
Creating a few spaces in the run game. Gino taking a shot for the end zone. Bowers has it. Touchdown.
And with that drive, that was probably one of the cleaner drives that Geno's had, and since like the beginning of the season. And then after that, it went back to the same old, same old type of Geno play. Offense struggled, and they really couldn't find any type of rhythm for the rest of the game, up until the point where Geno got injured. And then after that, you had Kenny Pickett come in, and he was able to go ahead and make things happen. He was able to go ahead and connect with Besh on a few throws. Again, he just missed Bowers. Once they got into the pretty deep in the red zone, and it could have been, it could, if we would have found Bowers, it could have been a different story. Maybe could have been a different game. Well, I don't know, right? But he didn't look that bad. Later on, going towards the end of the game, that fourth quarter, even though it was garbage time, Broncos defense coverage got soft, but he was able to go ahead and put a pretty decent drive together, and was able to go ahead and connect with Cedric Jackson for a really nice looking touchdown. Let me go ahead and pull that up, and that way we can go ahead and view that together. Come on, here we go. All right, here we go. So this is Kenny Pickett connecting with Cedric Jackson.
Throws being very accurate on this drive. Pickett, end zone, touchdown! Cedric Jackson! His first NFL touch is a touchdown.
So there you have it. You had Kenny Pickett connecting with Cedric Jackson on that route. Literally, kind of baiting that high safety to his left before going back to his right. Really, really nice. Cedric Jackson, first NFL touchdown. We saw him perform with Cam Miller in the preseason, and they were able to go ahead and connect on another nice touchdown, even though that was preseason. So Cedric Jackson, 2 opportunities, 2 catches, not looking that bad. A guy that I definitely would like to go ahead and see for sure. Let me go ahead and kind of talk about Kenny's stats. Again, coming in for the injured Geno Smith, he was 8 out of 11, 97 yards, 1 touchdown. He did get a sack in the game. And this is only about a quarter and maybe about almost a quarter and a half of work. So not too bad. Not too bad. Definitely now raises some eyebrows as far as, do you give this guy a shot the rest of the season? Do you still go with Geno? I think the consensus for Raider Nation and looking at that performance, you definitely got to go with the backup Kenny Pickett. And this is the thing, and a lot of us were really high on this, on benching Geno, giving a guy like either Kenny Pickett or AOC an opportunity. At one point AOC wasn't back yet, but you already had the AOC chance coming out. Now I think with having Kenny Pickett and putting a performance like this, now you got the eyebrows raised. Now you have guys, well, you know what? Especially with the piss poor performance that Geno has been giving weeks over weeks over weeks. If we get play like this where it's not sloppy, where it's more fluid, we look like a better team. We can evaluate talent better. We can go ahead and evaluate guys like Jack Bash. We can evaluate guys like Dante Thornton. We can evaluate guys like Cedric Jackson, Trey Tucker, help these guys develop. I'm not saying we're going to go out there and win games, We're far from it. There's so many problems with this team. I don't even know where to begin. But if there's any type of high point for this team, it could be in that area. There's some other high points that happen also in this game. We're gonna go ahead and talk about, but for sure, um, that Cedric Jackson touchdown, the way he ran that route, the way Kenny found him, the way he baited uh, that safety to kind of hesitate before he went over to his right. Um, that goes to show there's a lot of dudes better than fucking Geno Smith. Kenny Pickett is definitely one of those guys. So I would like to see more of Kenny Pickett. To me, it's either Kenny Pickett or AOC. It doesn't matter. I don't want. I'm just done with Geno. I'm done with the whole Geno experiment. I'm done with the whole Geno Smith with the Raiders. Not only because of his playing, his inability to go ahead and put any type of offense together, but it's just the way he's treated this team, Raider Nation. I'm just done with that. I'm just done with that dude. So hopefully there can be some pressure now mounted and some advocacy at least for somebody else to go ahead and come in, whether it be Kenny Pickett, whether it be AOC. There has to be a different look now, especially if we do not want to continue looking like straight dog shit. Because I feel putting Kenny Pickett in is not going to make us a good team. It's not going to make us a great team. It's going to take us out of that we just look like cheeks team. And that's literally what I want. I just don't want us to look like straight ass anymore. Right? This is like a week old ass. You haven't washed it. You've been shitting on it. You haven't wiped right like that. So that's the type of play that we've been playing all season long. I'm just done with it. So any type of opportunity that can go ahead and change that outcome, to change that look, and that we just don't look like straight ass cheeks, let's go ahead and explore that for sure. Now, could Kenny, I don't, I'm not at that point where, is this a conversation where, hey, do we keep Kenny Pickett for next year? I don't think I'm not there yet. But where I'm at currently is let's see what this guy can do the next game. Put him in for the full game. Let him go ahead and get starting reps all this week. Let's see what this guy can go ahead and do, right? Well, with a really serious defense, playing against a really serious defense. Let's see what this guy can do, right? Can we look decent out there? Can we look like, that sloppy play is just this shit that just kills me. It just kills me. So if that could be, one of the silver linings for the season, hey, so be it. And then we can go ahead and have those conversations later on down the line. But as we continue with this path with the whole Geno Smith thing, we're never going to have those conversations. We only know what we know, and it's that we with Geno, we just look straight like dog shit. All right. Let me go ahead and take a couple more comments. Again, this is going to be a short live, guys. The members only open mic coming up in about 10 minutes. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. If you're not a member, I got the link pinned up top. Become a member and be part of that live show. We're going to go more in depth on everything I'm kind of covering now. We're going to break it really all down and whatnot. Yeah, see, my guy GMX said Pickett looked decent and played smart. Facts. And that's the thing. And that's the look you're going to get with the quarterback that is not struggling. You got a fresh quarterback, hasn't had to deal with all that shit, who has a different mindset. It makes all the difference. Tony says, I wish Pickett came in earlier. Yep. Been screaming at it for about a month and a half now. And here we are. So China is more grabby than a drunk dude at the strip club. Facts, bro. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Greg says, to be honest, Geno Smith personality is trash, and probably the reason why he got his job broken in New York as a Jet. Plus, when he flipped off the Seahawks fan, now our own fan base. Yeah, bro, 100%, 100%. Shout out to my guy Bueno in the building. Salute, brother. Appreciate you pulling up and tapping in. All right. So, um, again, I wanted to go ahead and hit this part really quick. The rookie's performing. Obviously, this is probably one of the bigger highlights. Jack Bash is gaining more targets. Yesterday, he was 6 for 6. The guy had 50 yards recorded, no touchdowns, but was perfect on all of his targets. And this is, again, if you guys been tapping in with me, since the beginning of the season, I've been calling for Jack Bash to get more targets, especially in those third down situations. And we've had that happen. And he's come up big in certain situations. And this is why John Spytek went out and picked this guy up in the second round. This is the Jacoby Myers replacement. We haven't seen a replacement for Jacoby because Jack Bash hasn't really played. He's been on fucking blocking duty most of the season. Now he's getting some burn. Now he's getting some real opportunities with some real targets, and he's coming up big. This is what Jack Bash is known for. He needs more targets. He needs to be involved, especially in those situations where we need to go ahead and come up with big yardage. The guy can go ahead and create separation. You need to get the ball to him. That's plain and simple. And we're starting to see that now with Greg Olsen in and calling some of these plays. Some of this stuff, we are improving. We're not improving at a high rate, but there is a steady, slow improvement. And that's what we wanted to see. Believe it or not. Even we're not getting our ass handed to us, despite, we lost by 7. We didn't play great at all. Well, technically we lost by 10. For whatever reason, we went for that last minute field goal. Ball was mine, whatever. But we are looking better. Caleb Rogers, another solid performance by that guy. I'm loving what he's doing. Our line looked a little bit better. Aside from Kenny Pickett getting sacked, the other 3 sacks were from Geno Smith. Now, we know with Geno Smith, he likes to hold on to the fucking ball. He wants to stay in that pocket as much as he can for whatever fucking reason, especially when he knows that pocket collapse or whatever. He's not scrambling out. We're starting to see that a little bit more, but as of late, we haven't. He still holds onto the ball too fucking damn long. With Kenny Pickett, we saw him scramble probably on that second play right after he hit Jack Bash, after he came in, and he just missed Brock Bowers with a high throw, right? And that goes to show you, hey, if Kenny senses trouble, he's going to go ahead and roll out. He's going to push up. And we saw that. And I saw that in a couple plays. How I went back and watched a little bit of film on Kenny Pickett and a little bit of his performance. But that line is starting to improve slightly, and Caleb Rogers is having another solid performance. Tonka Hemingway got a sack yesterday. Another rookie that we picked up, but I think was it the 6th round? If I'm not mistaken. Let me double check, but I believe we picked them up in the 6th round. Fourth round, excuse me. So 4th round pick. Guy got a sack. Guy hasn't got too much burn. Peguesa's been getting burned, but even that, it's very limited. These guys, these rookies need to start getting more and more playing time. We need to go ahead and really evaluate. We're finally starting to see some of these rookies step up. We might have something here. We are all like saying we need a line. We need to go out and literally get a brand new line. We might not necessarily need to get a whole brand new line. There might be some pieces there. Now, everybody's getting burned. Even Cody Lindenberg is even getting some burn at times. The only one that hasn't has been Caleb I'm sorry, Charles Grant. That is the one. I would love to see him to go ahead and get some more burn time, some playing time at all. What we're seeing out there from Foreskin, it's just not cutting it. It's not cutting it. It's terrible play. Um, let me. I had some stats here pulled up. Give me a second here. So yesterday's game, Caleb Rogers had 0 penalties, 0 sacks, 0 hits, 0 hurries, 0 pressures. Um, you know, the thing with Forsyth, it just he's just getting killed. He's just getting murdered. Um, on that left side, and we're never going to see anything better or an improvement until he's gone. So what do we have to lose by bringing in, the kid Charles Grant? If we want these guys to go ahead and develop and get better, they need to go ahead and get some burn time. They need to go ahead and get their licks in. And these are moments where you bring in guys like Charles Grant to go ahead and start developing. The whole hesitation with Pete and not playing these rookies, I honestly think that could be his downfall. When we're getting more, if we're getting more, if we're getting good performances by Jack Bash, if we're getting solid performances by Caleb Rogers, we're getting performances, decent performances from like Tonka Hemingway, JJ Pegues, you know, and the rest of these rookies. That this clearly outline Pete's thinking, Pete's mentality, Pete's outlook on this whole situation is completely on a different fucking planet. Because what's being shown on the field and what the stats are showing is that these guys have some talent. We just have not given them the opportunity because they haven't played. They haven't had good practices. They haven't showed us anything during practice. Come on now. Come on, Pete. So having say that, this could definitely be um his downfall for sure. And I know we got a couple more moments, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up at this before we go on to the members only open mic. Um, with us now having the number 2 overall pick, four games left in the season, that outlook for us getting a top 5 pick is very, very, very likely. I don't know if whether we will necessarily get that number 1 pick, but it'll probably be top 3. Either way, if the Giants stay where they're at and they stay with the number 1, I doubt they get a quarterback. You know, if the next team up, which is Tennessee, they get into that number 2 position, they got their quarterback. I doubt they get a high tier quarterback. Even at number 4, you could still I still see Cleveland not getting a quarterback. So if we land in top 5, quarterback could be in our future. We know this. We know this. Now, whether you're on the hey, we need to build a line, you're absolutely right. We do need to build a line. I advocate that every fucking season until we have a fucking, a badass fucking line. Right now I'll take a fucking mediocre line. But until we get a good line, I'm always advocate that, right? But you still get your quarterback and build around him. We have some pieces. We've got guys like Caleb Rogers, JPJ, say what you say. He is here. Colton Miller will be back. I don't know about what's going to happen with Glaze. I think with him, he can turn it around. It's all about coaching. Right now, he does not have the infrastructure to go ahead and turn it around. Not with this regime. So, if this regime is no longer here, if Pete's gone, which honestly is starting to look that way, I say let's go out and get that quarterback. Build it the right way. Get your innovative younger head coach. I'm not saying go out and get a 30-something-year-old guy, but a 74-year-old is not going to be the guy who's going to go ahead and lead you to be back into respectability, into competitiveness, whatever you want to call it, back into what we all want, another Super Bowl. 74-year-old guy is not going to do that for you, because the problem with that, and like I said yesterday's show, he wants to win now, but the only problem is we don't have the infrastructure, the pieces to go ahead and be able to win now. It's not about moving a few guys, on a board and say, "Hey, this is a winning formula." No, you have to go out and build it. We didn't build an offensive line. We didn't go out and get a quarterback. We cookie cuttered this shit again, and this is the results we got. We had a very poor free agency. This is what we got. 2-11 is what we get, and it's probably going to be 2-15 by the time we're done in a few weeks. So I don't, whatever that means, I don't see Pete being here at head coach. Whether he's here with the organization, that's still yet to be determined. At this point, I don't care whether he's here or not, because of his ego, of his stubbornness, he does not put this team first. As much as he wants to tell you he does not. All actions, even some of the words he say, is indicative of that. But this is my thing here. Whatever it is, whatever that outcome is, Pete can't be here. We need to go out and get our quarterback for the future. A 6th-round pick's not going to be it. You need to get a guy between rounds 1 and 3. Go out and get you a brand new head coach, innovative head coach, and let him build around that. Spytek needs to do those hires. He needs to nut up, take control of this organization, and show who's boss. As of right now, most of these picks are panning out, but we don't know yet 100%. We still got 4 games to go. But at least there was one smart person in this whole fucking disaster of a season. It might have been Spytek. I don't know. But that's my overreaction. Obviously, 4 games to go. We still have some football left, but the nightmare is almost over, y'all. Again, appreciate everyone tapping in. We got the members only show coming up next. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. If you guys are not a member, become a member now to go ahead and gain access to that show. This conversation is going to continue. I'm going to bring everybody on. Whoever wants to come on, talk some shit with me, let's do it. Be a member. Go ahead. Got the link pinned up top. Access to all the members. Doesn't matter what level you get. Become a member today and be a part of the show. We're gonna have some fun. I got a mock draft ready, spooled up, ready to go. So it's gonna be a good one for sure. Let me go ahead and take a couple more comments before I head on out. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link up for that members only live. So make sure you guys go ahead and head on over. If you are a member, again, if you want to go ahead and become a member as well, I got the link pinned up top. I'm about to go ahead and put it on now as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and become a member to be a part of that show. We're going to do some fun stuff. So let me take a couple more questions, and then I'm going to head on out and start that over. Let's see. John is saying, Gino quit. I'm hoping, brother. I'm hoping. Yeah. See, Jack, Besh has potential. Shame our QB is terrible. 100%. 100%. Yeah. See, shout out to John Leone. Notice how Pickett was able to step up in the pocket and make plays unlike Gino. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Tonka had some plays too. I want to keep seeing him out there. 100%. 100%. Let's see here. All right. Greg says, to be honest, Pete Carroll set us back, knowing how our O-line may look like without playing Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant when it matters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, and then just for those want to know how Jeff is doing. Jeff is doing good. He's back home. I don't want to say too much. If you guys are following me on social media, which you guys should, hit me up, DM me. I'll give you guys his prognosis. But Jeff is doing good, man. Jeff is good. He's back home, so good news. All right, that is it for this show. We're gonna go ahead and start the next show, the members only show, coming up next. Again, I put the links up for the member only show. Put up the link for to become a member as well. Go ahead and click that link, become a member today. You'll get access instantly to that show. We're about to go ahead and kick that off in just a second. So, but again, for everybody else, appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and continue talking about yesterday's game, the future, the draft. We're going to go over all that stuff in just a few minutes. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up to the members only. I appreciate you guys. My guy Tony Chef with the hold on, dog.
Raiders!
Y'all already know. But salute to you guys. Appreciate you guys. As always, remember, just Raiders, baby. We're gonna go ahead and kick off this members only right now. So I will see you guys next time. Remember, we got the Wednesday Raider Connection show this Wednesday. As far as I know, that is still on at 7 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. We'll be live with the guys, Leo, Nate, and then Jeff and myself will be on. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. But all right, I'll see you guys in just a bit for the members only. Pull up to that one. Peace.